Peace. This is your host, Andy What. Welcome back to Chef Studio. You wanna know what we've been cooking?
Shout outs to Andy What.
Gumbo.
Definitely shout outs to y'all in the Chef Studio, man. Keep doing what y'all doing.
Salute.
Put your 3D glasses on and become a smack extra, nigga. DMV. We on.
Everything superficial. These bitches only out to get you. When I smoke, time stand still. When I smoke, time stand still. Everything superficial. These bitches only out to get you. When I smoke, time stand still. When I smoke, time stand still. What? I'm feeling jolly. Bitch, I'm gripping lace as I face Buddha. If you slide out of place, you will taste Ruger. Pearl gang got heart, bitch, we sharp shoulders. Meditate as I levitate. Aim a prime on that paper chase. Won't stop like my brake shot. Krypton, I won't stop till I'm at the top. Isolation got a nigga peering clear. In here they feel like a year. Absolute mind state. I'ma grind till it give me a migraine. I'm free in here, no time constraints. Whether I rest, whether I train. Spitting flame from the dojo. Kush smoke got me seeing shit slow-mo. Everything superficial. These bitches only out to get you. When I smoke, time stand still. When I smoke, time stand still. Everything superficial. These bitches only out to get you. When I smoke, time stand still. When I smoke, time stand still. I cease to sleep, pain in my heart and sweat on my sheets. Standard of living, I look to increase. Getting this money till I am deceased. Recline my seat and I reminisce the people I've touched and the life that I've lived. Patterns of sorrow, the present joys of life that I've experienced. World at my fingertips, I'm vehement about getting grip. But niggas on that creep shit, try and get close for a piece of it. Wasn't there for the long days, suicides on the parquet. Getting fat off rap, now they try and eat off my plate. One day what I've been working for my whole life. Long nights, failures, perseverance, sacrifice, love, passion, tote dreams. I ease tension, blow steam. Time itself comes to a pause. Everything seems so serene. Talking to grandma, wonder if she listening. Talking to grandpa, wonder if he listening. Never take life for granted. Kush mirage, camouflage, I vanish. Everything superficial. These bitches only out to get you. When I smoke, time stand still. When I smoke, time stand still. Everything superficial. These bitches only out to get you. When I smoke, time stand still. When I smoke, time stand still. Racks got me lax in the back of that Lex. Chain candy, Titanic, icebergs on my necklace. Absolute with killer intent. Speak concrete till my legacy cement. I drag to indent. Male groupies the worst. Feminine tendencies, they tend to revert. They claim they're your blood, your closest of kin. But when the money stop, you never see them. These bitches only out to get you. The media only out to convict you. I profit from commerce, focused on business, and kept these women and these niggas at a distance. Success is your ammunition. Aim it at these niggas. Pull the trigger. Went from the bus to flexing Ferrari flux. Time chamber windows up, Pearl and Dutch. Everything superficial. These bitches only out to get you. When I smoke, time stand still. When I smoke, time stand still. Everything superficial. These bitches only out to get you. When I smoke, time stand still. When I smoke, time stand still.
Krypton, hyperbolic time chamber. look out for that District Dojo, Golden Bravado 2, and a whole wave of new projects coming out. You could go cop that Black DiCaprio or that Golden Bravado 1 right now. I really wanted to make this tape because being an artist first and foremost myself, and you know, having to go through turning it, and, you know, taking the steps, doing things myself, I came across a lot of people who was just as talented as you know, me, and figured let everybody shine, you know. I ain't in this. Why let the work go to waste? That's what we do it for, right?
Chef in the studio.
Andy, what?
Gumbo.
You got a choice, man. He's backwards, he just raw paper. Roll some from a chest.
Hey, I'm about to introduce a Trill Pharaoh. Put your cups down and your blunts up. Spider the Coolie.
Sup?
I be on my grind when I wake up, get the cake up. If you ain't talking money, sayonara, see you later. My shorty wearing Prada, looks Madonna with no makeup. Got Murray in my sheets, she a freak, I'm a facer. My niggas always stressing, talking about they need vacations. So I'ma roll this plane, give them tickets, now let's face it. Patience is a virtue, so I sit back like a boss. And niggas say they getting money, I ain't doubting them at all. But if you really getting money, you don't need to show it off. Cause in the city, all you hear is nigga, I need to come off. So I gotta keep it still, ain't no lacking, I don't do that. And I don't trust these hoes, they some pirates, they with the loot at. True that, like blow, 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 blow. What's up?
Smoke some to this. Make sure you go get your annual lighters, man.
What's up?
Come talk to
Blow, blow, blow.
Spider. Trill Pharaoh coming soon. Probably out now.
Right, trill shit, I ain't lame. Me and them are not the same, nigga. Sippin' champagne, taking chronic to the brain. Thinking you gon' grow a name. If you lie, that's insane. Real niggas know that you can't crash in your lane. Talking this and that about him and her, but quiet if they cock it. I call them niggas bitches, cause little bitches gossip. I'm just saying, it's the truth. I ain't got a lie though. This pack of hair you running when I light it like the 5-0. All y'all could be eating if you know the shit that I know. Fuck what they saying, get this paper, that's how I go. I'm thinking about the paper, I find a wife later. Gotta walk with the 9, cause these niggas getting faker. Blow.
Hey, handshake. What you know about Spider Krypton smoking blunts with myself?
Yeah, that's why I wind it. I just wanna say it took a long time to get this recipe right, but this shit right here, nigga, on taste. Chef's Gumbo. Enjoy.
Next up, we got Haiku, Charlie B. Song from A Monster's Illusion. Guess what it's called?
Helpless. Got her on her knees, not sucking, just praying, wishing for sobriety. I am me, bloodshot from the drugs, can't even move, but she just buzz. It's more where that came from. Got her on her knees, not sucking, just praying, wishing for sobriety. I am me, bloodshot from the drugs, can't even move, but she just buzz. It's more where that came from. Fucking with me wasn't the brightest idea, like taking a hard head on strong sativa. Damn, that's just a reaper, the other pack in the drawer. Frying from your looking, he just chillin', be reelin' the man, different breed of the dog. I see it in your shook hard, adrenaline rushing, paranoia only make it worse. We addicts to the dirt, slow motion while she twerk. The script on the wall, she read it word for word, trembling, eyes closing with her medicine. Got her on her knees, not sucking, just praying, wishing for sobriety. I and me, bloodshot from the drugs, can't even move, but she just buzz. It's more where that came from. Got her on her knees, not sucking, just praying, wishing for sobriety. I and me, bloodshot from the drugs, can't even move, but she just buzz. It's more where that came from. Ride with me wasn't the brightest idea. You gotta be down with the shit. Low-key how we proud with the click. Waking up 5 in the morning just to fuck with you. Probably thinking I'm with up with you. Is it the drugs and you, baby? Stay in my lane. It's like this every day. I ain't no slanger, just wanna know what's in your brain. It's strange how I lean, but we ain't switching lanes. Gotta let the breeze flow.
Loving me wasn't the brightest I did. Been down this road before, it all looks familiar. Fighting patience, seeing all these women with all these curves and smile on their faces when we make eye contact like she want me to take her home and give her the business. Lay on me for one night, then the next day act like she never existed. Like she never met me, never loved me, and don't regret losing the feeling of the sheets when she gripped them while her ass face was stealing. Hoping nobody walked in without knocking. Crazy nights, eating pussy in my dreams just to feed my appetite. Wake up and see her sleeping next to me with a smile on her face. Kind of awkward because it was a different girl when my eyes were closed, and she probably dreamed of a different nigga. Touche, don't let it faze me. Give her breakfast in bed. While she eats it, I put my face in it. See if she can finish before I do. A few seconds later, I start tasting orange juice gliding down her body, and she choking on the worst because she forgot to chew.
The Monster Solution, available on Bandcamp. HICOOP. Nigga got like 16, 17, 20 tapes, man. You bound to like something. It's like a pimp going to the strip club and saying, I'm good.
You know the ratio of women to men here is 5 to 1, 5 to 1. That means you got them everywhere you can't even move. It's women every time you look around. Women crawl between your legs, arms, everything.
I love Latinas for their hair and accent. Sisters that can win beauty pageants. Love girls all over the world when it's hard for me to decide. I love Latinas for their hair and accent. Sisters that can win beauty pageants. Love girls all over the world. I just remember that they all pink on inside.
If I get a body, why she gotta be from the Bronx? Cause she go hard and will lean on the pump. I'm a sucker for eyes, so when I see green, I get a biggie and I'm hypnotized. White girls is cool with me, they come in several breeds, ditzy. And overseas, I love the motherland and try to visit often as I can. My A-rap fight with Saudi, I'm loving the Pakistan. I love them Asians, I get discounts, electronics, massages. I patch it up, tell me where the gauze is. Ain't trying to break hearts, but she want that rapper in a box, pop toss. As long as she give me jaws, I love my pet shark. Native American, my sagittal way. I have me not wanna be a player. She be talking to the spirits, I ain't talking about the air. Since you're fine like a parking ticket, I'll pay a fare. I love women everywhere. You hear me? Yeah? Que pasa?
I love Latinas for their hair and accent. Sisters that can win beauty pageants. Love girls all over the world when it's hard for me to decide.
Talk to me.
I love Latinas for their hair and accent. Sisters that can win beauty pageants. Love girls all over the world. I just remember that they're all pink on inside.
It's really hard to choose. Chase me in circles, duck, goose. Morning wood, hard cock chickens come to roost. Got an old broad I call retro. Her pussy stay meadow. She's in a prime like ribs, talk back ad libs. I love beamers, don't mean I wanna pay for all my sugar mama get it up. Ooh, light skin with freckles, wanna connect the dots. In the spot, rub the wood like Apollo. Call me Carlo when I'm Marlo. Go inside, hold me with your vice grips. She sweat as water pirates and she run a tight ship. My Italian is Miss Smith. We put in work together, then watch Goodfellas. She bust shell shredder. I got a tomboy cute as Eva Mendes. We played 33 in full court. Cool off, Rosie Perez. Give me ice and stay still until I'm done arts and craft. We in the bath. I got a Jenny from the block that's been shot. Told a Glock did 2 years for a failed op. That is my better half. When the task involves staying down and true through the bad and better, she's here to remain. Others will linger. I get a lot of play wet and singer. I'm a playground set, baby. I'm a swinger. Que pasa? Yeah.
I love Latinas for their hair and accent. Sisters that can win beauty pageants. Love girls all over the world when it's hard for me to decide. I love Latinas for their hair and accent. Sisters that can win beauty pageants. Love girls all over the world. I just remember that they're all pink on inside. I love Latinas
Conscience off, dick on, and everything's gonna be all right. Huh. Say it with me. Conscience off. Conscience off. Dick what? Dick on, and everything's gonna be all right.
Hey, what's up, Auntie? This is good music. I love it.
She be in the club all night, popping bottles with me. Hey, that ain't your bitch, nigga. Shawty in the coupe, blowing loud. She ain't smoking for free. Money, that ain't your bitch, nigga. Boy, that hoe be buying all my clothes, fucking all my bros. Lying to that nigga when he caught, she ain't alone. That ain't your bitch. That ain't your bitch. That ain't your bitch. That ain't your bitch. I had to get her straight, let her know this ain't her dick. I'm coolin' with my youngest, they'll bag you off rip. Got a call, he left the plug, run them bands, that ain't your brick. Real nigga shit, squad, money swag, we the kings. You keep breaking that bread, she bring that low to the team. Nigga don't low for the team. Black Glock, red beam. Swear these hoes for everybody, come get your slice, how you mean? When we step up in the club, them pussies poppin', bruh, they ain't gon' sit. Reachin' for my bottle, smack her hand, girl, that ain't your shit. Nigga, you ain't with the shit, you ain't tryin' make it flood. Don't be throwing all the bread, your ones don't even hit a dub. That ain't your bitch. Keep tryin' flex like Poppy, boy, I hope that ain't your rent. I know that ain't your whip, I know that ain't your kicks. Your mans that played you out, he done Instagrammed your fit. Last week, shout out my exes, you see me poppin', you jealous. I pull up with my little shooter, she call that hoe Smith & Wesson. MCM on the bag, MCM on the shoes. I step out them bitches drool, don't try me, I keep that shoe. She be in the club all night, poppin' bottles with me. Hey, that ain't your bitch, nigga. Shawty in the coupe, blowing loud, she ain't smoking for free. Money, that ain't your bitch, nigga. Boy, that hoe be buying all my clothes, fucking all my bros. Lying to that nigga when he caught, she ain't alone. That ain't your bitch. That ain't your bitch. Why you keep trying to cuff her? You ain't learn your lesson. You ain't learn your lesson yet. Why you keep trying to cuff her?
That's right. It's your boy Hani Ahmed coming to you live from Listen Vision. I am Listen Up DMV Radio every Saturday from usually 7 to 8. We do sometimes specials, extra hours to 6. We got a special guest today in our building. He is a doctor. We will be talking about health. I thought that they should came today because I just met them actually Wednesday at We Act Radio. Shout outs to We Act Radio. We'll be back there every Friday starting next week. We got our equipment back and we back running again at We Act Radio. So you will see me at We Act every Friday and Listen Vision every Saturday. But I met one of his brothers there and I saw the flyer and I heard what he was saying about health and men and young guys, and I thought it was very important for us to also do a show about that. So introduce yourself.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me on. My name is Dr. Kenna Myers. Thank you again. So, there we go. All right, my name is Dr. Kenna Myers. And again, I'm the clinical director for the African American Health Program, which is a program that operates out of DC and Montgomery County. That focuses on reducing health disparities among the African American community. So not only do we focus on men's health, but we also focus on maternal and child health. So we have programs for maternal and children where mothers that are pregnant can get free healthcare screenings. They can get free visits throughout the term of their pregnancy. They can also have the opportunity to receive free car seats, materials that they can use for their pregnancy and things like that. But in addition to that, we also offer services to the chronic diseases. So we focus on diabetes and hypertension. And we do health screenings in different areas of the community, mainly at churches, community centers, really anywhere that really needs us. We like to meet the people exactly where they're at, right? Because that's what's most important. We find that among our people, African Americans, meeting them where they're at and trying to reduce those health disparities, those things that they come in contact with on a day-to-day basis that prevents them from having optimal health. Those are the things which we're trying to prevent. But then also offering the opportunities to get health screenings for diabetes, hypertension, HIV/AIDS, and all the diseases that disproportionately affect African Americans. So that's mostly what we focus on.
Okay. So also, y'all doing a special event next Saturday coming up, right?
That is correct. We're going to be doing we have a program called Brother to Brother, and so it's specifically for African American men above the age of 18, and we just sit down and really talk about anything that the brothers really want to talk about. We do have specific topics. We hit everything from chronic diseases, diabetes, hypertension, but also we talk about things that disproportionately affect men, right? So we talk about prostate cancer, right? We talk about sexual dysfunction and how that happens among a myriad of diseases, diabetes, hypertension.
So let me ask you a question for especially our young folks.
Yeah.
And by the way, just to let the parents know that our young folks listening to my show, after this show, it is going to be 21 and up. We will be having different edibles and education. I did post it on my Facebook just to let y'all know. Please do not let y'all kids watch the show after this show because it is for adults. We are educating y'all about our herbals, letting y'all know what the herbals do for you. And we also want to thank our sponsors for having this show here for an extra hour. It wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here. So Sweet Green Treats, I want to really appreciate you being my sponsor, looking out for the show. So I really want to thank you. But back to the topic though, how do you get diabetes and all that? Because a lot of kids I see eating candy all the time instead of eating what they supposed to eat. So please explain that to them.
No, absolutely. So diabetes, the common misconception is that diabetes comes from eating too much sugar, or eating too many sweets, or eating too much cake, and that's actually not how diabetes happens. People can eat sugar as much as they want. What diabetes is caused by is actually fat.
Wait. Let's back up a little bit.
Yeah.
You just said to me that diabetes don't come from sugar, so I can eat sugar all day?
Diabetes does not come from sugar. Diabetes is actually caused by insulin resistance, and this might get a little technical, but it's caused by the body's inability to accept insulin into the cells of different cells, whether it be muscle cells, heart cells, all the cells that function in the body. When your body can't get insulin in there so the glucose can get in to be used, that's when diabetes happens. And if that happens, insulin resistance happens because of fat storage. And so the more fat you eat, the more so we'll take a cake for instance, right? So, eating a cake, the sugar's bad for you, but really what's going to cause the blockage to the cells is the fat that you eat. So it's going to be the saturated fats, the butter, the margarine, all those saturated fats that come in that cake are going to cause the insulin resistance. So the fat blocks the insulin from actually reaching the cell. So that's what causes diabetes. Yes, the sugar that you're eating will elevate your glucose, right? But that's just secondary to the fat. So and the biggest thing I'm sorry to interrupt, but the biggest predictor or risk factor for diabetes is fat around your belly. So you can be skinny and still have diabetes.
Oh yeah, I know a few people who got diabetes skinnier than I am.
Yeah.
So, but I got a question for you. So if they already have diabetes, is it possible to get rid of diabetes?
Absolutely. There are things you can do to reduce. All diabetes is reducing your glucose. So, one, taking the medication if you're prescribed medication. Two, having a plant-based or vegetarian diet. That will help. That will actually get rid of diabetes.
So I'm gonna be real honest with you, and I know you're a doctor, so please, stay right here. You know what I'm saying? The line, all right?
Gotcha.
So I don't abide by the doctors. I don't really listen to the doctors, and I really don't take medication.
Okay.
Now, I don't believe I'm about to say this again. I usually be real honest at React Radio, so I'm gonna be real honest at Listen Vision. I need medication. I go off the wall sometimes, but And I get some medications are good for what it's good for. And I understand that. But for me, I seen a lot of people take medication, right? And they still messed up. Or they still end up, I don't mean no disrespect to nobody listening or no harm, but they end up passing away. Either way, the doctors will say, this will be good for you, or this will be good for diabetes, especially our seniors.
Right.
And a lot of times, we are a new generation. So our new generation really don't care 2 cents about doctors. Most of us. Some of them do, but some of us don't. But the old generation, they believe in y'all. Like, anything y'all tell them to do, they're going to do it, basically. So what is, as a doctor, as you educating our young folks, what can you say about that?
Well, first of all, that's a great point. What I've found, not only the primary care setting, but also the elderly and diabetes classes I do teach for those that are the older adults, is that if you do have a disease state such as diabetes, hypertension, or anything like that, and you are uncontrolled, not taking medication is not going to help you. You're going to need to take medications. If you have high blood pressure and you're about to have a heart attack, you need to take your medication. If you have diabetes and it's progressing so that you're starting to have complications, you're going to have to take medication. Outside of that, I can't speak on individual cases, but I will say as a whole, there's definitely a disconnect as far as when you're young, you have this idea of, oh, I'm invincible. I'll wait till it gets really bad. I don't need to get a checkup because it's, I don't necessarily feel sick at this point. But the thing about diabetes, hypertension, and being obese and things like that, yes, you may feel fine now, but there's no telling when those complications will come, right?
What's the signs that you can see if you don't like for me, for example, I don't want to go to a doctor?
Yeah. So for diabetes, if you have elevated glucose, it's sweating, shakiness, irritability, weight gain. Those are the main ones. If you're hypertensive, hypertension is a silent killer, so there aren't really any symptoms until it's a problem.
I think I need to go to the doctor.
Yeah. So that's really what we don't want to. We're not trying to force people to go to the doctor necessarily. What we're trying to do is provide a platform so that people can get screened and know their numbers. Right. So it's really important to know your cholesterol. It's really important to know your hemoglobin A1C, which is for diabetes. It's really important to know your glucose. It's really important to know your blood pressure. Know those numbers so that at the very least, you're not being surprised and then having to go to the emergency room as your primary form of primary care. That's what we don't want. We don't want African Americans going to the emergency room, thereby incurring large bills when all they had to do is go to see a primary care physician or the African American Health Program to receive free services and get their numbers so they become informed.
And I'm glad you brought that up because I was in so much pain one day that I had to go to the hospital. And what I saw in the hospital sitting area, I was just like counting how many people really needed to be in the emergency room and how many people really didn't need to be in the emergency room. So we need to know what the difference is for calling 911. Stop calling 911 for a little ass cut.
Yeah.
Stop calling. Oh my God. Sorry about that, y'all. Stop calling 911 for the little stupid stuff because you make people that really needs the emergency care wait longer. That's why you be sitting at Howard and all these other hospitals for like 10 hours so you get seen because you got people in there for the dumbest stuff.
That's exactly right. Yes, yeah. People come into the emergency room, and I used to work in the yard at Howard, and they come in and they come in for the common cold, or they come in because they don't have any medication. These are all things that you can actually go to see the Minute Clinic, CVS about. These are things that you should be calling your primary care physician and saying, hey, can I set up an appointment tomorrow or the next day? These are not things that you need to go to the ER to do. Now, the problem is, for the most part, that I've found is that most African Americans don't have a primary care physician that they can go see at an appointment's notice.
You're exactly right.
So, maybe they don't have insurance, maybe they do, maybe they have lack of insurance, or maybe they're just not educated to the point to know that, okay, I just need to go ahead and call my primary care physician for this cold or this itch or my medications. And so thereby they in turn use the ER as a form of primary care, and that's not helping them, it's not helping the system, and it's not.
So I also know you said in the beginning of the show, y'all do have programs for stuff like that.
Correct.
So where is the programs? Are they in Southeast, Northeast, Northwest?
Yeah, so we have actually 2 locations. One location is Myers Clinical Care, which is 4600 Martin Luther King Jr. Avenue, Southwest. It's a clinic owned and operated by African Americans and myself. And then we also have the African American Health Program, which is 14015 New Hampshire Avenue, which is in Montgomery County, Maryland, Silver Spring, Maryland. At both locations, you can come and get free screenings. At both locations, you can come and see a physician, you can come see a pharmacist, you can see a dietitian, you can see a nutritionist. We have diabetes education classes every Wednesday from 6 to 8 p.m. And then also on Saturdays from 11 to 12. And then we also offer different health screenings in the area. And you can get the same services at the African American Health Program in Montgomery County. And in addition to that, we also offer free things, so free self-management things. So if you attend a class, you get a free glucose meter to test your diabetes, free strips, and all the things that you need to test your self-managed glucose. You also get a free blood pressure monitor.
Hold on, before you go too far.
Go ahead.
We got a lot of our seniors out here, and I used to work at a pharmacy called Neighborhood Pharmacy. Shout out to Neighborhood Pharmacy in Southeast. And you don't get a lot of pharmacies that actually love your customers or make sure your customers is in the best care. Most pharmacies, if you don't have your Medicaid or your money, you're out the door.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I'm not going to mention no names, but I know what I'm talking about. But Neighborhood Pharmacy will let you slide.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They were like, look, if you don't have it, go ahead this one time, but I can't, it's a business. But we'll help you out. And I see them, a lot of seniors comes in, they be like, I need a monitor. Mm-hmm. But like I know, those monitors are expensive because they got all these little fancy gimmicks.
Yeah.
So you actually giving them away.
We're actually, we give away free monitors. So the monitors, you can actually get a monitor anywhere. The monitors, you can get them for free anywhere. The monitors aren't the expensive part. The expensive part of diabetes care are the strips.
Oh, okay.
That's what becomes expensive, and that's what the physician has to prescribe to you every time when you run out. Strips tend to be anywhere from $25 to $75 per box, which for a lot of people is unattainable.
So hold on, but you said $25.
$25 to $75.
But $25 will last you a month, though, right?
So you need to test 50. Usually it's around 50 strips per box. You need to test 2 to 3 times per day.
Oh,
so that's going to last
let's
you
get
maybe
it costly.
two to 3.
Okay,
it's going to last you 2 to 3 weeks at most.
Okay,
and then don't say you have a young lady that's pregnant and has gestational diabetes. She's going to need to test herself 5 to 6 times per day. So that's 10 days of strips that she has.
Okay.
That's no longer.
So let me ask you this question: for our young parents, what can y'all do for our young parents?
So for our young parents, we can not only get help with. We can not only
appreciate it, sister. Thank you.
We can not only offer help for diabetes, and helping with pediatric diabetes. So we do have a pediatric diabetes program and weight loss program for parents that do have kids that are overweight or just want to get their kids in better health. For young adults and younger parents, we also have free educational seminars, so they can come and learn about anything, whether it be health related, but also financial related.
So let me ask you another question, and I'm being real. Like this, most of my shows are being real honest.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you seen it because you how long you been a doctor?
So I've been a doctor for 5 years now.
So
I graduated.
And you worked at Howard, so I know you saw some crazy stuff. So you see a lot of these young babies coming in, with babies, and I'm not talking. Let's forget the men for right now. We're talking about females.
Females.
And a lot of times they have kids, and who knows what happened to the father, and they struggling and trying to get their self together and make sure the baby is okay.
Right.
Do y'all have programs like that for the young ladies?
So yeah, we do. So and the program is called Smile.
Smile.
It's Smile. I don't forgive
But
me.
Isn't Smile? You talking about Smile over there at Eastern Market?
So it's this. Well, no. So no. That's the
the LGBT.
Yeah.
Smile.
No. This
so
is
it's two different smiles.
Yeah. This is completely different.
Okay.
Yeah,
I had to make sure.
Yeah. No. I got you.
Okay.
I appreciate that. Yeah. So no. This is Smile, different from the LGBT and different from the oral health places. Smile is a program that's specifically geared towards young mothers. Okay. Prior to them actually giving birth.
Is it a age limit?
No, there's no age limit. We take all mothers as long as you're pregnant or thinking of
So
becoming
what
pregnant.
happens if they already have a baby?
If they already have a baby, they can still be enrolled in the program, and we still offer support services for those mothers.
So what happens if we have mothers that live, say, in Maryland or Virginia that wants to move to D.C., but they whatever situation they in, but they can't get in, or they have, say, Section 8 already, or different things? Do y'all help them or help them with cases or caseworkers?
Absolutely. I'm glad you said that. We do. We do it. Most of what not only Myers Clinical Care but also African American Health Program do is patient navigation, which is what you're talking about. So we not only help them, we identify their need. So take an instance, a mother with a child. Say she doesn't have insurance yet for her or her child. We help them get access to insurance. Say they don't have a primary care physician. We help them get access to a primary care physician. Say they need services with transportation. We help them with that. Say they have mental health issues. We help them with that. And so we will not only help them and get them those resources, but we'll also call and make sure they're actually accessing those resources. We also offer support in the sense of travel vouchers and help in that way.
So but how about because Section 8 is tricky.
Yep.
Housing period is tricky.
Yep.
I know because I was signed up for housing in DC.
Right.
I was on disability, and yes, like I said before, I do need to take medications for keeping me calm. I am very hyped, but if you really know me, you know how I can roll. But I do take other things to keep me calm. Edibles, thanks to, sweet greens, treats. It does keep me calm if you know what you're taking it for. But, you got people out here, even the young ladies and our psych patients, and I can't let my fathers go, because you do have good fathers out here that is raising their kids by themselves.
Yep.
And y'all know how I roll. I don't just be on the female side. I'm always on both sides. So, we always got messed up parents, mothers, messed up fathers, but we always have good fathers and always got good mothers. So it's always either side. But you do really sit down with them, help them get housing if they need it, especially if they got kids. And then how about the mentally challenged, man? There's so many out here in DC, sleeping on the street. Sleep. Half of these tents that y'all see, and I'm giving y'all some little history, y'all. They might not know how to read, they might not know how to spell, or they might not know how to do certain things or have an education that y'all got, but they know how to put a tent up. How many of y'all out there that actually got a house or roof over y'all head that know how to put a whole tent up? I might want to think about that. And might want to not judge them and really look at their story, because a lot of them that is out here on the street came from certain neighborhoods that they had to shut down, so they could build these big condos or these big things, and they couldn't find nowhere to live what they had. Some of us can't sit around and wait. Some of us have to, because we don't have no choice. So you see that every day.
Yeah. Every day, yeah. I mean, there goes this saying to a certain extent that gentrification is genocide. and displacement is genocide. And it may not be genocide in the sense of the Indians where, they're coming and slaughtering, but it's genocide in the sense of displacement. And once you displace someone, they no longer have a home. They may no longer have as much of a worth. And mental illness can even, trump that and make that even more exacerbated. And so mental illness is definitely real, especially in the African American community. There's a big stigma to it, and I know a lot of African Americans, adults and young adults, don't want to necessarily see a health professional. But
can I keep it real for you? I know you want to keep it professional. I don't have to.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna break it down to you. Basically, what he's saying is, for some of y'all men out here that want to be denial about what really is wrong, if y'all so angry, y'all always yelling at your parents or going off for no reason, or if you're in a relationship and it's not always working because you're going off, Slim, you got some serious anger and you need to go get some help. I know I need help. At least I can admit it. And I'm admitting it on air. And I do get help because I do therapy and I learn how to deal with it on my own. But a lot of y'all out here don't even know how to deal with it. Y'all don't even know what kind of therapy y'all should do to even stay calm. That's why half y'all can't even be in a relationship or deal with y'all serious problems. A lot of y'all might have got raped. A lot of y'all might have got put out, whatever the reasons is. And basically what he's saying is, y'all need help. I need help. So instead of y'all denying it and putting that wall up, talk to somebody.
Yes.
That's what he's basically saying. He got to be professional about it. I don't have to.
Yeah. So yeah, talking to somebody is the biggest thing you can do, and it doesn't have to be somebody professional all the time. It could be somebody that's in your family, a friend. It's amazing the impact that just being able to vocalize your issues and problems can have on relieving that stress and relieving that tension and relieving that anxiety. And that this is something that as Black people in society, I tell people all the time that it's no wonder that we're not crazy. We've been through serious issues and circumstances to the point where I'm not a health professional, but it wouldn't surprise me if we did not diagnose a large population of the African American community with post-traumatic stress disorder.
So let me ask you a question. And I understand we talk about African community, but I'm looking at just people right now, and it's not only just African community. We talk about the Spanish community and everything as well. But how can you tell if you are actually got some mental problems?
Well, there's no way to specifically look at one person and say, hey, you have some mental issues.
No, I'm not saying look. I'm talking about into yourself, sitting by yourself and be like, do I really need help, or do I really need to go and get some medication to help me stay calm? Because they do have medications to help you with the depression.
They do.
And sometimes you don't need to be on medication all your life. You might just need it for that moment at a time. Your parents might have passed away. Your grandparents might have passed away. Something might have happened. Your best friend got shot or something. And you might not know how to deal with it, because emotional is a hell of a thing. I'm experiencing. I'm very emotional for the past couple of weeks because of some of the stuff that I've been going through. But if you don't ask for help or talk about it, you can get so much anger. And trust me, sometimes you can get in trouble with that stuff.
Yep.
And how can you really realize and be like, I need help?
Yeah, so I think it's all about self-actualization, kind of like you just said right now. So recognizing. Recognize when you have highs and lows, So if you're sitting there at one minute you feel really euphoric and really happy, and then the next second you're feeling really depressed. Well, that's an indication that you probably have, some mental space. Uncontrollable crying in times, especially in the morning. Maybe even anxiety. Right when you wake up in the morning, say you're waking up and you're automatically really anxious and you're worried about the day and you're almost debilitated from actually getting out of bed. These are signs that you probably have some issues with anxiety or depression. So it's really being self-aware.
And they also got like a 1-800 number too. They got a 1-800 number?
So we do have a 1-800 number. It's 1-800-274-5567. Is the 1-800 number that we have for the African American Health Program. You can also reach us at 202-601-7434.
And before you get off the air, can you please tell anybody that heard you today that might want to be a part of your team or something, how can they contact you or email you or want to be a part of what you're doing?
Absolutely. So they can contact me directly. My name is Dr. Kenna Myers. I can be reached at Myers, M-Y-E-R-S, at healingourvillage.com. Again, that's Myers at healingourvillage.com. Again, you can also reach us at 202-601-7434. But you can also go into the website, African American Health Program of Montgomery County, African American Health Program.com, and get all the information.
Well, I want to thank you, and I want to thank my sponsors, Sweet Green Treats, for sponsoring me for this extra hour, helping us out, and actually being there. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, brother.
Anytime you want to be a part of this show, please free to hit me up.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Can we play some music, please?
Life is a bitch and I still hit her. The life that I live cost a meal ticket. And my niggas still city slicking. Still standing with a moniker. And so I pop off with your problems, bruh. Solution to success is with every last breath. Never take disrespect. If you do, you gotta handle it. Trees got me vanishing. The hoes that you love, I'm probably standing in. The clothes that you bought, I probably smashed her in. Fuck cashing out, a nigga cashing in. Smoke about a pound at the Hampton Inn. Niggas in a drought, I never lost a war. But for the battles, a nigga 4 for 4. Money at the steps, I'm opening the door. Ounce for the 30 like the ramp for the score. Monday get high, Tuesday fuck it. The rest of the week about money and hustling. Cities for the crabs in the bucket. So I climb to the top, I'm like fuck it. I'm like, nah, you can't take my spot. I take your top off and stepping in my drop. Create my own shit like fuck a sound. I'm underground. Cannabis.
Also, this is the man right here who produced my last project, Crying Over Halo. Out now online and in select stores. You can contact me about that too. Man,